It was a bright, peaceful morning in the city. Birds were singing softly. People walked to work, drinking coffee, talking to each other, smiling. Everything seemed normal. But suddenly, loud sirens broke the silence. 2 police cars rushed down the road, their lights flashing red and blue. People stopped walking. They stared at the cars. Some felt scared. Some took out their phones to record. The cars stopped quickly near a small coffee shop. 2 police officers jumped out. Their faces looked serious and angry. "There he is!" one officer shouted. "Get down! Hands up!" the other officer yelled. Everyone turned to look. A tall black man stood near the coffee shop, holding a paper, bag and coffee cup. His face showed shock and confusion. "What's happening?" he asked softly. "Don't move!" the first officer shouted. "Drop everything! You are under arrest!" The man raised his hands slowly. The coffee and the bag fell on the ground. Hot coffee spilled. "Arrest? Why?" "What did I do?" he asked, in a calm voice. But the officers didn't answer. They rushed to him, grabbed his arms, and pushed him against the police car. "Oh, easy! Please, I didn't do anything," the man said. His voice was calm but firm. "Shut up," one officer said. He pulled the man's hands behind his back and put on handcuffs. A small crowd was gathering now. People were whispering. "Is he a criminal? Maybe he stole something. Maybe he hurt someone. Look at him. He looks guilty." A woman took a video on her phone. A man said, "Finally, the police are doing something right," but no one knew the truth. The black man stood quietly, his eyes calm. He looked at the people watching. He did not shout. He did not beg. He only smiled a little. "Sir, you are under arrest for theft," the first officer said. "Theft?" the man asked, surprised. "I didn't steal anything." "We have a report. You match the description," the second officer said. "What description?" the man asked, but they didn't answer. One officer picked up the man's phone from the ground. It was ringing. The screen showed, "Mayor calling." The officer frowned. "Why is the mayor calling this guy?" But he threw the phone into the police car and closed the door. The black man smiled again. He looked at the 2 officers. "You really don't know who I am, do you?" he said softly. The officers stared at him. "Stop talking," one said. "You'll explain yourself at the station." They pushed him into the police car. He sat calmly, looking outside the window. The crowd was still watching. Some people were smiling. Some were laughing. "Criminal got caught," a man whispered. "Good job, officers," a woman shouted. The car drove away. Inside, the 2 officers were talking. "Can you believe this? Catching him so easily," said the first officer. "Yeah, he didn't even fight back." "Strange," said the second officer. The man in the back seat smiled again. He said softly, "You'll regret this mistake." "What did you say?" the first officer asked. "Nothing," the man replied, still smiling. At the police station, the car stopped. The 2 officers pulled the man out roughly. They pushed him into the building. Other officers looked up from their desks. "Who's this?" someone asked. "Caught him near the coffee shop," the first officer said proudly. "Thief." Finally, some action. Another officer laughed. Suddenly, the big door opened. The police chief walked in. His face was serious. He was holding a file. "What's going on?" the chief asked. "We caught this man," said the first officer. "He matches the theft suspect." The chief looked at the man. His face turned pale. His eyes opened wide. His mouth dropped open. "No!" the chief shouted. "What have you done?" The room became silent. Everyone stared. "Chief, what's wrong?" asked the second officer. "Let him go." "Now!" the chief shouted. The officers froze. "Sir, he's a suspect." "He is not a suspect," the chief said angrily. "Do you idiots know who this is?" Everyone looked confused. The chief took a deep breath. This is Captain James Carter, the new head of this precinct." Silence. The two officers felt cold fear in their hearts. "No, that can't be true," the first officer said softly. "It is true," the chief said. "Captain Carter started his job today. The mayor sent him to clean this place. And you fools just arrested him like a criminal." The room exploded with shock. "Oh no! What have they done? We arrested our own boss?" Captain Carter smiled gently. He rubbed his wrists where the handcuffs had been. "Interesting welcome. Very interesting," he said quietly. I'm sorry, sir," the first officer stammered. "We didn't know—" Carter looked at him coldly. "No, you didn't even ask. You judged me. You treated me like dirt because of my color. You thought I was just another criminal on the street." The chief said, "Sir, please forgive us. It was a mistake." "A mistake?" Carter said softly. He looked around the room. "This mistake tells me everything I need to know about this precinct." The officers felt afraid. What would he do? Fire them all? Arrest them? Carter turned to the chief. "Call the mayor. Now, tell him what happened here. Let him hear about this mistake." The chief ran to the phone. Carter faced the officers. His eyes were sharp. His voice was low but strong. "Some of you think you can treat people like this every day. Arrest without reason. Judge by color, by clothes, by looks. You failed my first test." The room was silent. No one moved. No one spoke. Carter smiled again, but this time his smile was cold. "I came here to clean this place," he said, "and now I see how dirty it really is." The phone rang. The chief picked it up. His face turned pale. "It's the mayor," he whispered. Carter took the phone. "Mr. Mayor," he said, "we have a problem. A big problem." Everyone waited. The room was full of fear and silence. Carter looked at the officers again. "This is just the beginning," he said softly. Outside the station, a crowd gathered. Reporters arrived. Cameras pointed at the door. "Breaking news," one reporter said. "Police arrest their own captain by mistake." People gasped. Phones buzzed. The whole city started talking, and Captain Carter stood in the station, calm and quiet. But his mind was full of plans. He knew now what needed to be done. He was ready. And the officers, they were very afraid. The police station was quiet now. No one spoke. No one moved. All the officers stared at Captain James Carter, their new boss, the man they had just arrested like a criminal. The chief stood frozen, holding the phone in his shaking hand. The mayor's voice was still coming from the other side. "Chief, what is happening over there?" the mayor shouted. Captain Carter slowly took the phone from the chief's hand. His face was calm, but his eyes were sharp like a knife. "Mr. Mayor," Carter said softly, "your officers welcomed me in a very special way today." There was silence on the line. What do you mean?" the mayor asked nervously. "They arrested me, sir, right outside the coffee shop. Pushed me, handcuffed me, called me a thief, treated me like dirt," Carter said. The mayor gasped. "No, they didn't." "They did, sir." Very proudly, Carter said. His voice was cold now. "And they made this mistake in front of people, in front of cameras. The whole city will see this news by tonight." The mayor did not speak for a few seconds. Then he said, "Captain Carter, please, don't make this worse. We can handle this inside the station. No need to go public." Carter smiled, but it was not a happy smile. "Too late for that, Mr. Mayor. The cameras are already outside. The crowd is already watching. Your city already knows," he said. The mayor sighed. "What do you want me to do?" Carter's voice was firm. "I want full control of this precinct. From this moment, I want the power to remove any officer who breaks the rules. No questions, no delay. You promised me this job to clean this place. Now let me do it." There was silence again. Then the mayor said, "You have it, Captain. Full power. Do what you must." "Good," Carter said softly. "You will get my report tomorrow." He ended the call and gave the phone back to the chief. "Chief." "You may leave now," Carter said quietly. The chief opened his mouth to speak but stopped. He could see the anger in Carter's eyes. Without a word, he turned and walked away fast. The big door closed behind him. Carter turned to face the room. All the officers were standing. No one smiled now. Their faces were full of fear. Carter took a deep breath. His voice was calm but strong. "Today I tested you all. Today you showed me who you really are." Some officers looked down at the floor. Some swallowed hard. No one dared to speak. "You saw a black man with coffee in a bag. You didn't ask questions. You didn't check ID. You didn't listen when I said I was innocent. You decided by my color. You judged me by my face, by my clothes, by my skin," Carter said. His eyes moved slowly across the room. Officer to officer. No one could meet his eyes. This is not just a mistake. This is a sickness inside this place, and I have come to cure it. Suddenly the door opened again. A young officer ran in holding papers. "Captain Carter, sir," he said quickly. "This came for you, from the mayor's office." Carter took the papers. The room watched him carefully. The envelope said, "Confidential, to Captain James Carter only." He opened it slowly. Inside was a file. Thick, heavy, full of pages. He read the first page. His face changed. His calm smile faded. His eyes became serious, dark. "Interesting," he said softly. He read some lines aloud. "Bribery, false arrests, reports changed to hide crimes, innocent people punished, real criminals protected." The room gasped. Some officers looked at each other. Some looked pale. "These reports are about this station," Carter said. "About you." A few officers stepped back, their hands shaking. He read more names. Sergeant Miller, Officer Danvers, Officer Brooks. Captain James Carter sat alone in his new office. The door was closed. The room was quiet. But his mind was not quiet. He stared at the thick file from the mayor's office. So many papers, so many reports, so many dirty secrets about this police precinct. He knew now why he was sent here. Not just to lead the station, not just to wear the uniform. He was sent here to clean this place, and he knew. Some of these officers would not let him do it so easily. He leaned back in his chair. His phone buzzed. A message, unknown number. It said, "Be careful, Captain. They are watching you. They don't want you to change things." Carter's eyes narrowed. Who sent this message? A friend? An enemy? He texted back quickly. "Who are you?" No answer. He waited. Still no answer. He put the phone down. There was a knock on the door. "Come in," Carter said. The door opened slowly. It was Officer Linda Brooks. She looked nervous. "Captain, can I talk to you?" she asked softly. Carter nodded. "Come in, sit down." Linda sat on the chair in front of him. Her hands were shaking. "Captain, I need to tell you something." "Something important," she said. Carter looked at her carefully. "Go on." Linda took a deep breath. "Some of the officers here, they are hiding things, bad things. I didn't know at first, but I saw things, heard things. And now, I am afraid," she said. "Afraid of what?" Carter asked softly. "Afraid they will hurt me if they know I talk to you," she whispered. Carter leaned forward. "Tell me everything. I will protect you." Linda wiped a tear from her eye. "Sergeant Miller, he takes money from criminals. He lets them go free. Officer Danvers, he changes reports to make innocent people look guilty. They have done this for years. And the chief, he knows. He lets it happen," she said. Carter listened carefully. "Why are you telling me this now?" he asked. Because you are not like them, Captain. You are different. You want to clean this place. I can see it, and I want to help. But I am scared, she said. Carter smiled gently. You are brave, Officer Brooks. You have done the right thing, and I will protect you. No one will hurt you, he said. Linda looked relieved. But, Captain, there is more, she said. What more? Carter asked. Linda lowered her voice. Someone here is working against you. They don't want you to clean this station. They want you gone. I don't know who, but I heard them talking in the locker room. They said, Captain Carter won't last long. He will be gone soon. Carter's eyes became cold. So they are planning something against me, he said, softly. Linda nodded. Yes, Captain. Thank you, Officer Brooks. Stay close to me. Don't tell anyone we talked. I will find out who the snake is, Carter said. Linda stood up. She looked stronger now. I will help you, Captain. I promise, she said. She left the room. Carter sat still for a moment. So, someone was plotting against him. Maybe more than one. He picked up the file again, turned the pages, looked at the names, the reports. Then he stopped. A photo. A man in a dark alley, talking to someone. It was Sergeant Miller, and the other man was a known drug dealer. Proof, Carter whispered. He put the photo aside. Then another paper, a report. Fake charges against a young black boy, signed by Officer Danvers. More proof, Carter said softly. He smiled coldly. Tomorrow, these men would be finished. But tonight, he had to be careful. His phone buzzed again. A new message. Stop now, Captain, or you will regret it. No name, no number. Carter's face became hard. So, they were warning him, threatening him. He texted back, I'm not afraid. Come and face me. No answer. He locked the phone. Then he heard voices outside the door. Do you think he knows? He's digging too deep. We have to stop him before it's too late. The voices were quiet, but Carter heard them. He smiled. So, they are afraid. Good, he thought. Suddenly, the fire alarm rang. Beep! 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 The red lights flashed. Officers ran down the hallway shouting, Fire! Fire in the basement! But Carter didn't move. He knew this was no fire. It was a trick to get him out of his office, to catch him alone. He stood up, opened the door slowly. The hallway was empty, too quiet. He walked carefully, looked around. Then he saw something. A shadow. Someone was hiding behind the locker room door. Carter moved silently. He grabbed the doctor and pulled it open fast. Sergeant Miller stood there holding a metal pipe. His eyes were wide with shock. Captain, Miller said. Planning to hit me with this? Carter asked coldly. Miller dropped the pipe. No, I was just what? Cleaning the lockers at night? During a fake fire alarm? Carter said. Miller's face turned red. You have no proof, he said. Carter smiled and held up the photo. This says different, Carter said. You and the drug dealer, in the alley. Nice picture. Miller gasped. You can't use that. Oh, but I will, Carter said softly. And you will lose your badge, your job, maybe your freedom. Miller backed away. Please, Captain, let's make a deal, he said. No deals, Carter said coldly. Your time is up. Suddenly, Officer Danvers ran into the hallway. Captain, wait. I can explain, Danvers said quickly. Explain the false reports you wrote? Carter asked. Danvers stopped. His mouth opened, but no words came. You both are finished, Carter said softly. The other officers came running. They saw Miller and Danvers standing there, caught. Whispers started. They got them. Captain Carter caught the bad ones. Maybe things will change now. Carter stood. tall. "Listen, everyone," he said. "The cleaning of this precinct has begun. These two are the first, but not the last." The room was silent. Then Carter smiled coldly. "And for the one who sent me the threats, I will find you too, very soon," he said. The officers looked at each other nervously. Because they knew Captain Carter would not stop, and the secrets of the precinct were no longer safe. Not anymore. Captain James Carter sat in his office late at night. The station was quiet. Most of the officers had gone home. Only a few stayed behind. But Carter knew. Danger was still close. His phone buzzed again. Another message from the unknown number. "This is your last warning. Leave this station or something bad will happen." Carter smiled coldly. They were getting desperate. Their fear was showing. But he was not afraid. He picked up the file from the mayor again, flipped through the pages. His finger stopped on one report. "A big drug deal, set to happen tonight, at the old factory outside town." And the report said one strange thing: protected by police. Carter's eyes narrowed. Protected? By whom? He thought hard. Could this be the trap? Maybe they wanted him to go there, alone, to finish him. Suddenly, there was a soft knock at his door. "Come in," Carter said. It was Officer Linda Brooks again. She looked scared. "Captain, I heard something strange on the radio," she said. "What is it?" Carter asked. "Sergeant Miller and Officer Danvers, they talked with someone on the secret police channel. I think they are planning something tonight, at the old factory," she whispered. Carter stood up quickly. "So the report was true, and they think I will come alone," Carter said softly. "Captain, don't go. It's a trap," Linda said. Carter smiled gently. "I know, but I will not walk into the trap. I will turn the trap on them," he said. He picked up his phone and called the mayor. "Mr. Mayor, I need internal affairs. I need backup. Secret. No one from this station." "Now," Carter said. The mayor agreed. Help was coming. Carter put on his coat and badge. "I want you to stay here, Officer Brooks. Lock my office." "Don't open it for anyone but me," Carter said. "But Captain, no, this is dangerous. Stay safe," Carter said. Linda nodded. "Good luck, Captain," she whispered. Carter walked out into the cold night. His black car waited outside. He drove carefully through the empty streets, his eyes watching every corner, every shadow. Soon, the old factory appeared. Dark, silent, broken, windows, rusty doors. Carter parked far away, hidden in the darkness. He called the backup team. "Position ready, sir," the voice on the radio said. "Waiting for your signal." Carter smiled. Time to end this game. He moved quietly toward the factory. He could hear voices inside: Sergeant Miller, Officer Danvers, and two strange men, criminals. "The captain will come soon. When he does, we finish him. Quick, no mess," Miller said. "And no cameras, no witnesses. We say it was a gang shooting. Simple," Danvers added. The two criminals laughed. "Good job, cops. You make it easy for us," one man said. Carter's face was cold, so they wanted to kill him. But they didn't know he was already here. He raised the radio. "Move in, now," he whispered. Suddenly, lights flashed, red and blue. Police sirens screamed. Dozens of officers from Yagas Internal Affairs rushed in. "Freeze! Hands up!" they shouted. The criminals pulled out guns, but it was useless. They were outnumbered. Sergeant Miller and Officer Danvers stood frozen, their faces full of shock and fear. Carter stepped out of the shadows. "Hello, gentlemen," he said softly. Miller gasped. "Captain?" "Surprised to see me alive?" Carter asked coldly. Danvers dropped his gun. "It was Miller's idea, not mine. I just—" "Silence!" Carter shouted. He turned to the Internal Affairs officers. "Take them, All of them. Every gun, every phone, every secret, he said. The bad cops and criminals were handcuffed. Captain Carter, you tricked us, Miller whispered. Carter smiled coldly. You set the trap, but I turned it on you, he said. The factory was now full of police, cameras, reporters. The news was already spreading. Dirty cops caught in secret deal. Captain Carter saves the day. But Carter knew. It was not over yet. There was still one more snake hiding in his station, someone who sent him the warnings, someone who knew everything. But who? He drove back to the station. The sky was turning light. Morning was coming. Captain James Carter sat alone in his office after Linda Brooks was taken away in handcuffs. The room felt cold. Dark clouds covered the sky outside. The war was not over. It had just begun. His phone buzzed again, a new message. But this time, it was different. No threats, no warnings, just 2 words. Check locker 17. Carter stared at the screen. Who sent this? Was it a trap or a clue? He picked up his gun and badge and walked slowly down the hallway. His boots made soft sounds on the floor. The station was too quiet. He reached the locker room. No one was there. The smell of old metal and sweat filled the air. Locker 17 stood in the corner, closed, locked. Carter pulled out his master key. He unlocked the door carefully. Inside was a thick brown folder. Nothing else. No bomb. No tricks. Just the folder. He opened it. His eyes widened. Photos, documents, files from years ago, all full of secrets, all hidden by the bad cops. And on the top page was something shocking. A name. His own. Name, Captain James Carter. Suspect in internal investigation. 5 years ago. Carter froze. He remembered. 5 years ago, when he worked at another station, someone tried to blame him for corruption, but the charges disappeared. The case was closed. He never knew why, until now. He turned the pages. There it was, the truth. Sergeant Miller had made the false reports. Officer Danvers signed the fake papers. They wanted to ruin Carter back then. But someone had stopped them. Someone high up. A secret. Helper. Carter kept reading. And then he found the biggest secret. Chief Walter Green, hidden leader of criminal network. The chief? The leader of this station? Carter's heart beat fast. So that was why the dirt ran so deep. The chief controlled everything. The bad cops, the drug deals, the lies, everything. And now Carter had proof. Photos of the chief meeting gang leaders, phone records, money transfers, all signed by Chief Green. Carter smiled coldly. This is the end for you, Chief, he whispered. But then, the locker room door creaked. Carter turned fast, his gun ready. Chief Green stood there, smiling. Good evening, Captain, the chief said softly. Carter kept his gun up. It's over, Chief. I have the files. You are finished, he said. The chief laughed. You think this is enough? These papers? You are too simple, Captain. No one will believe you. I own this town. The mayor. The judges. Even internal affairs, Green said. Carter's hand tightened on the gun. Maybe before. But not now. I have backup. Real backup. They are coming, Carter said. Green smiled wider. They won't reach you. Not alive, he whispered. Suddenly, the lights went out. Darkness filled the room. A loud sound. Bang! A shot. But who fired? Carter rolled to the floor, his gun ready. Another shot. Sparks flew. The locker above him shook. Then, footsteps. Running. Carter jumped up, chased the sound. Out of the locker room, into the hallway. Darkness everywhere. Only emergency. Lights blinked red. The chief's shadow moved fast toward the stairs. Carter ran after him. Stop! "Chief Green, you can't run!" Carter shouted, but Green kept running. Up the stairs. To the rooftop. Carter followed. The cold wind hit his face as he reached the top. Green stood near the edge, a gun in his hand, smiling. "Come closer, Captain. Let's end this," he said. Carter pointed his gun. "You are done, Chief. Give up," Carter said, but Green laughed. "I told you. This city belongs to me. You can't change it. One man can't change a world full of dirt," he said. Carter stepped closer. "Maybe not. But one man can start the change," he said softly. Green's smile faded. "You won't shoot me, Captain. You are too good. You follow the law," he said. Carter smiled coldly. "You are right. I won't shoot, but they will." Suddenly, red dots appeared on Green's chest, sniper lights, from the backup team below. Green froze. "You called backup?" he gasped. Carter nodded. "You lose, Chief," he said. Green dropped his gun. His shoulders fell. "It's over," Green whispered. "Yes, it is," Carter said. The backup team rushed in, took Green in handcuffs, the once powerful chief, now just another criminal. As they dragged him away, Green looked back. "You can't clean it all, Captain. The dirt runs deep. You will get tired. You will fail," he said. Carter shook his head. "Maybe, but I will not stop, ever," he said. The chief was gone. Carter stood on the rooftop, looking at the city below. Lights blinked. Cars moved. Life went on. But something had changed tonight. A big piece of dirt was gone, and the cleaning had begun. His phone buzzed again. "New message. From the mayor. Good work, Captain Carter. The city owes you. Come to City Hall tomorrow. Big changes are coming." Carter smiled. Finally. The truth was out. The secrets were exposed. But he knew. The fight was not over. There were more secrets, more dirt, more snakes hiding in the shadows. But he was ready. His heart was strong. His mind was clear, and his mission was just beginning. He looked at the sky. Dark clouds were breaking. A small light appeared. The first light of morning. A new day. A clean day. Captain James Carter turned and walked down the stairs, ready for whatever came next. Because he knew. Captain James Carter woke early the next morning. The sky outside was clear. The air smelled fresh. For the first time in many weeks, he felt a little peace. The city's biggest snake, Chief Green, was in jail. The dirty cops were caught. The secret files were safe. But deep in his heart, Carter knew something was still wrong. He sat at his desk, staring at the brown folder from Locker 17. So many secrets, so many lies. He flipped through the pages again, and then his hand stopped. A new photo, one he had missed last night. His eyes went wide. "No, it can't be," he whispered. It was a photo of him, taken 5 years ago, standing with a young officer, Officer Linda Brooks. But the date on the photo was strange. It was before she was transferred to his station. How did she know? Me before that? Carter wondered. And then he saw the small words under the photo. Operative, Linda Brooks, secret agent for Chief Green, assigned to watch James Carter. Carter felt cold. She was never just an officer. She had been spying on him for years. The truth hit him like a punch in the stomach. Linda Brooks was not only dirty, she had been part of the game from the very start. She knew everything, his past, his family, his life. That's why she warned him. That's why she saved him from small dangers, so she could trap him later. A clever snake. Suddenly, the phone rang. It was the mayor. "Captain Carter, come to City Hall. We need you for the big press conference. The people want to see their hero," the mayor said happily. Carter's voice was quiet. "I'll be there soon," he said. But in his heart, doubt grew. Something was wrong. He put the secret folder into his bag, took his gun, his badge, and left the station. As Carter drove through the city, his phone buzzed again. A message. Don't trust the mayor. City Hall is a trap. No name. No number. His heart raced. Who sent this? Linda Brooks was in jail. Green was caught. Miller and Danvers were gone. Who was left, or was someone else playing this game? Carter reached City Hall. A big crowd waited outside. Reporters, cameras, policemen. The mayor stood at the top of the stairs, smiling. "Captain Carter, come, my friend," the mayor called. Carter stepped out of the car slowly. His eyes scanned the crowd. Something felt wrong. Too many police. Some of faces he didn't know. He walked up the steps carefully. "Mayor, what is this about?" Carter asked. The mayor smiled wider. "We are here to honor you, Captain. The man who cleaned the dirt. The hero of the city," the mayor said. But Carter did not smile. He whispered softly, "Where's your bodyguard, Mr. Mayor? He's always with you." The mayor's smile froze. For a moment, fear flashed in his eyes, and Carter knew the mayor was lying. Suddenly, a voice shouted behind him, "Captain, look out!" Carter spun around. A man in police uniform pulled out a gun, pointed straight at him. Bang! A loud shot echoed, but the bullet missed. The man fell, shot by a sniper. Carter ducked fast. The crowd screamed and ran in every direction. More gunmen appeared, dressed as police. Fake cops. They fired at the real police. A hidden army. An ambush. The Bonnet trap was real. Carter pulled his gun, took cover behind a pillar. Shots flew everywhere. "Mayor! Get down!" Carter shouted, but the mayor was gone. "Vanished! Where is he?" Carter thought. Then he heard a soft voice in his ear. His radio. "Captain." "Carter." "It's me." "Linda Brooks," the voice whispered. His heart stopped. "You're in jail," he said. Linda laughed softly. "Oh no, Captain. I escaped. Did you really think this game was over? Did you think you could win so easily?" Carter gritted his teeth. "What do you want, Linda?" "To end this. To finish what we started. You, me, and the mayor," she said. Carter's eyes went cold. "The mayor? You're working with him?" She laughed again. "Of course. He's dirtier than anyone. Green was nothing. The real boss is the mayor himself." "Why do you think he wanted you here? So you could die?" Carter felt rage in his chest. "You'll never get away, Linda. I'll find you," he said. "Maybe. But first, save yourself, Captain," she said. The radio went silent. The fight raged around him. Real police versus fake police. Smoke filled the air. Suddenly, Carter saw him. The mayor, running out the back door. Carter jumped from cover, chased him through. The building, down the hall, past empty rooms, into the basement. The mayor gasped for breath. "Stop! It's over!" Carter shouted, but the mayor turned, gun in hand. "You should have died today, Carter, like I planned," the mayor hissed. Carter raised his gun. "Drop it! Now!" he said coldly. The mayor smiled darkly. "I built this city. I own this city. You can't change it." Bang! The mayor fired. Carter fired back. The sound echoed in the dark basement. The mayor fell, shot in the shoulder. Carter kicked the gun away. "Game over," Carter said. The backup team rushed in. "Guns. Ready, take him," Carter ordered. Captain James Carter stood in the quiet hallway of City Hall. The air was still thick with smoke and dust from the gunfight. His heart beat slowly but hard in his chest. The mayor was caught. Chief Green was gone. But Linda Brooks, she was still free, and she had sent him a message. "See you soon, Captain. The final game is waiting." Carter clenched his fists. He knew what this meant. Linda wanted to play one last game, one final trap, and this time, she would not be easy to catch. Carter checked his gun, loaded. He stepped outside. His phone buzzed again. A new message. "Come alone. The old factory by the river. Midnight, or you'll never see your family again." His breath stopped. Family? Carter's brother, wife, and little daughter were safe. They lived far from the city, or so he thought. His hand shook. His worst fear was now true. Linda had found them. Not my family. Not them, he whispered. He called his brother's phone. No answer. He called again. Nothing. His heart sank. It was a trap, but he had no choice. He had to go, alone. Midnight. The old factory by the river stood like a black monster in the dark, empty, broken, cold. Carter parked far away, took his gun, his badge, and walked inside. The sound of water dripping echoed in the dark halls. Shadows moved, but no people. He stepped carefully, every step slow, quiet. "Linda!" he shouted. His voice echoed. No answer. Then, a soft laugh. From the shadows. She stepped out. Linda Brooks, smiling, cold, a gun in her hand. "Welcome, Captain. You came, alone." "Like a hero," she said. Carter pointed his gun. "Where's my family?" "Linda?" he asked. She smiled wider. "Safe, for now. It depends on you, Captain. Drop the gun, or they die." Carter hesitated. He looked into her eyes. No mercy there. Slowly, he put the gun on the floor. "Good boy," she whispered. She pulled out a small radio. "Bring them," she said softly. Footsteps. 2 men in black masks dragged Carter's brother and wife into the room, their hands tied, mouths taped. His daughter, the little girl, cried softly. "Daddy? Help," she whispered. Carter's heart burned. "Let them go, Linda. This is between you and me," he said. Linda laughed. "Oh no, Captain. You took everything from me. Green, the mayor, my future. Now, I take everything from you," she said. Carter's mind raced. He needed a plan. Fast. He looked at the floor. His gun was near, but not close enough. Linda pointed her gun at his daughter. "Say goodbye, Captain," she said. Bang! A loud shot! But not from Linda. From the door. A sniper. Linda gasped. Her gun flew from her hand. The masked men fell, shot by the sniper team. Carter jumped, grabbed his gun, and ran forward. Linda tried to run, but Carter caught her. Pushed her. Against the wall. "Game over, Linda," he said coldly. But she laughed. "Oh no, Captain. The real game is just starting." She reached into her pocket, pulled out a small button. A detonator. "Bombs, Captain. This whole factory. One push, and boom." She smiled. Carter's face went hard. "Put it down," he said. But she shook her head. "You shoot me." "I press. You arrest me." "I press. We all die, Captain." His finger tightened on the trigger. Then, his radio buzzed. "Captain, this is Sergeant Lewis. Bomb squad ready. We are inside. We can disarm. Stall her." Carter breathed slowly. He needed time. "Why, Linda? Why do all this?" he asked. She smiled sadly. "They broke me, Captain. The system, Green, the mayor. They used me, then threw me away. I was a good cop once, like you, but they ruined me. I lost everything. My family, my honor, my soul." Her eyes shone with tears. "But you were the golden boy, the hero. I hated you for that. I wanted to destroy you." Carter's voice was soft. "You can still stop this, Linda. Drop the button. Let's end this without more death." She laughed bitterly. "Too late for that. My story ends tonight, and maybe yours too." Suddenly, a loud voice. "Bombs disarmed. All clear." The radio. "The bomb squad did it." Carter smiled coldly. "Your last move failed, Linda. No bombs, no escape." Her face went pale. She dropped. The button. Fell to her knees. Tears ran down her face. "It's over," she whispered. Carter handcuffed her slowly. "Linda Brooks. You are under arrest for murder, kidnapping, and treason," he said. The backup team rushed in, took her away. His family ran to him. His daughter hugged him tight. "Daddy, you came!" she cried. Carter held them close. "It's over. You're safe now," he said softly. Outside, the sky turned light. Morning. A new day. At the station, Carter stood in front of the press. "The dark days are over," he said. "Chief Green, the mayor, Linda Brooks, all caught. The city is clean. Now!" Reporters clapped, cameras flashed, but deep inside, Carter knew the fight never really ends. There is always more dirt, more danger. But for today, the city was safe. He turned to his family, smiled, and whispered, "I will protect you. Always." His phone buzzed. A message from the governor. "Well done, Captain. You saved us all. Come to the Capitol tomorrow. A new mission waits." Carter smiled quietly. A new mission. A new fight. Because heroes never rest, and the hunt for truth never ends. The city was quiet the next morning. For the first time in many years, Captain James Carter stood outside the Bay police station and felt peace in his heart. The darkness was gone. Chief Green caught. The mayor in jail. Linda Brooks arrested. His family was safe. His city was safe. The sun rose slowly in the sky. Its light touched every street, every house, every face in the city. A new day. A new beginning. Carter stood by his car, holding his little daughter's hand. "Daddy, are the bad people all gone now?" she asked softly. Carter knelt beside her and smiled. "For now, yes, sweetheart. But Daddy will always watch. Always protect you. Always protect the city," he said gently. His wife and brother stood nearby, smiling. They were proud of him, proud of his fight, proud of his courage. But in Carter's mind, one thought stayed. The governor's message. A new mission. A bigger fight. He took out his phone and read it again. "Come to the Capitol tomorrow. We need you. A special task force. Clean the whole state. End the corruption forever." He closed the phone. A new future waited. At the police station, the officers clapped and cheered when Carter entered. "You saved us, Captain. You cleaned the city. You're a real hero." Carter smiled kindly, but he raised his hand for silence. "My friends, this is not about me. This is about us, about truth, about justice. We all stood together, and because of that, the city is safe," he said. The officers clapped again. Sergeant Lewis stepped forward. "Captain Carter, the mayor's trial is next week. The people want you to speak. To tell the truth," he said. Carter nodded. "I will speak. The truth will win," he promised. Just then, a young officer ran in. "Captain, Linda Brooks wants to see you. She says she will only talk to you," he said. Carter's face turned serious. "Where is she?" "In the holding cell. Waiting," the officer said. Carter sighed. "Tell my family to wait. I'll be back soon," he said softly. The holding cell was small and dark. Linda Brooks sat alone on the bench, her hands cuffed, her face tired, her eyes empty. When Carter stepped inside, she looked up, for the first time. No smile. No tricks. "Captain, thank you for coming," she said quietly. "What? Do you want Linda?" Carter asked. She sighed. "To end this the right way. I have something to say, something I kept secret," she said. Carter frowned. "What secret?" Linda's eyes filled with tears. "The governor, he's part of it too. He helped Green. He helped the mayor. He knew everything. And now, he wants you in the Capitol. So you disappear. Forever," she said softly. Carter's heart stopped. "No, that's not true," he whispered. But her face was serious. "I swear, I have proof. In a secret locker. Locker 101. At the old train station. The key is hidden in my shoe," she said. Carter called an officer. They searched Linda's shoe, and there it was, a small silver key. Locker 101. Why tell me this, Linda? Carter asked. She wiped her tears. Because I lost. I lost everything. But maybe I can save someone else. Maybe I can save you, she said sadly. For the first time, Carter saw the real Linda Brooks, not a snake, just a broken person. A soul crushed by greed and lies. Thank you, Linda. This helps, he said softly. She nodded slowly. Goodbye, Captain. I hope you win this last fight, she whispered. At the old train station, Carter found locker 101. The key turned. Inside, files, photos, documents, the truth. The governor's dirty deals, the secret plans, the money, all real. Carter's heart burned. He almost walked into a trap. But now, he knew, and he would not be silent. He took the files, drove fast to the federal agents, handed them the truth. Arrest the governor. Now, he said. The agents nodded. We will. Thanks to you, Captain Carter. The news spread like fire. Governor arrested. Police captain saves the state. People cheered. The city cheered. The country cheered. Captain James Carter, the man who cleaned it all. At home that night, Carter sat with his family. His wife held his hand. His daughter slept safely in her room. His brother smiled. You did it, James. You saved everyone, he said proudly. Carter smiled gently. Yes, but the fight never ends. There will always be darkness. But we will always shine light, he said softly. He looked at the quiet city outside, a city full of hope now, a city with a future. Because truth won, because courage stood strong, because a good man refused to give. Up next morning, a letter arrived from the president, Captain Carter, for your bravery, honesty, and service. You are awarded the Medal of Honor. The country thanks you. His wife smiled with tears. His daughter clapped. Daddy is a real hero, she said. Carter held the letter quietly. A hero? Maybe. But in his heart, he was just a man who stood for truth. A man who never gave up. A man who started a new beginning. As the sun rose high, Carter walked outside. The air was fresh, the sky was blue, a new day, a new life. He smiled.